It's wonderful to be here with you. Welcome. I am Sathya Govindaraj, an IT professional in the greater Atlanta area. I have been an Art of Living volunteer for many years. Happy to be represented here. Happy to be here representing the Blessed Channel project today. And this is
I'm Ethiraj. I'm also an IT professional. I've been with Art of Living since 2005 as a volunteer, and also I'm a part-time Art of Living teacher.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Sriram and Rama Iyer. Both are long-time teachers with the art of living in this area. It's an honor to have both of you with us today. Sriram is an architect and design lead in a leading company in the area. Rama has also been an art of living teacher for many years.
Let's first ask you both, what does blessing mean to you?
What does blessing mean to us? That's a very interesting question. Blessing, for me, right now it feels like my entire life is a blessing. When it's not just an action or a state of mind, it is when if I had to put it very, very simply, for me, it is when some things happen that I don't expect. And it's a very and it happens in a way that is beneficial for me and the people around me without having the expectation that that will happen. That's what I term as a blessing for myself. You want to add something to it?
I just want to say one thing. I'm a nurse, and first time when I did my teacher's training, TTC 1 2008, I went to Guruji and told him that, I have completed my teacher's training. Um, so I'm ready to become a teacher. But he just looked at me and he said, become a blesser. That
Oh,
was the first indication. And I don't know why he told me that and what was it. And then I realized because I was a nurse and it helped in my nursing profession being a blesser. So every time, that's when I realized, okay, blessing is not only just having blessings in my life, it is also with sharing with others whatever I have. That's the reason Guruji actually went ahead and chose me to be first a blesser, then becoming a teacher. And that was an awesome eye awakening moment for me.
awesome. And one more thing is that my husband Raj, he recently took the Art of Living Blessing course, and we are very glad that we could as a community we could have recently we could have John Osborne, a senior Art of Living teacher who was there in our recently inaugurated Art of Living Center. And John teaches a lot of courses across the world, and he was here for Blessings course. And currently, we have quite a few blessers among us who are healing people around here. Can you share some stories of blessings that you have either as an art of living blesser experienced it, or you've been in the receiving side blessed by a blesser?
Can I share, Srina? Okay. So this happened very recently to my friend. So one of the senior teachers is a blesser when she blesses for couples to have children. Okay, and I was just having a friendly conversation with one of my nursing colleagues, and I was telling her about this, and then she looked at me. She said, my daughter, her daughter was actually trying to conceive for a long time, and she didn't have a baby. So then she looked at me, can you ask her and see if she can give a blessing? So in July of this year, that is 2025, during Guru Purnima, I actually met with the senior teacher. Her name is Rachu Patel. And I told her, there is this couple, they've been trying for a long time. And she just looked at me and she said, Okay, tell me their names. And I just told them their names. She has not seen them. I have not seen the daughter. I've only seen my friend. And she just blessed them. And after I came back, within 2 weeks, I get a call from my friend saying that, hey, my daughter is pregnant now.
Oh, that's
I was
wonderful.
amazed. But and she told me it just happened. We are not letting it out to everybody. We're going to wait and tell everyone after 4 months. I was like in tears. I was like, wow, this is a miracle that has really a true blessing, wherein the person has just not even seen, only the name. I gave them the name, she just blessed, and it happened. That happened to that person. Personally, for me, John Osborne, I was completely mobile and doing things, running around. I used to volunteer, be assist courses, teach courses, do everything. But in 2023, I started to have the genetic condition that my mother had. It's called spinocerebral ataxia type 1, wherein the cerebellum starts shrinking, and then people tend to lose their ability to walk and do stuff. So one of my friend, I had done my online TTC also recently, and she came to me and she was telling me, why don't you're here, get blessings from John. I was like, why? She was like, you have no idea. You will be completely fine till the end if you get your blessings. Because she has MS. Okay. And she told me, it happened to me that I had MS and it became so bad that she was bedridden. And that one of her friends, called up John, and John just gave a blessing on the phone, and she was on her feet. After a week, she was on her feet and she was participating in everything. For me, after I heard that, I was like, okay, there is something that some truth in what she says, and that is the reason even Guruji made me a blesser too. So maybe now it's my turn to actually go and get blessings. So I went and got blessings from John that first time. He just placed his hand on my head and he said, my head was shaking. And he just looked at me. He said, whatever is happening, it's happening for some good reason. You don't know what it is. Just stay with it. It'll get better. And he went on. He told me to do a lot of things. And till this day, that wherever I see John, I go to LA also. Whenever Guruji comes, I go there and I always get blessings from John. And he never even hesitates. He knows the reason that I'm asking. He immediately blesses me. And people, like, many of my doctors in themselves, they wonder, they keep asking, the way that you progress, we thought you would be actually better, and you're doing much better. I think I'm doing better. It's because of all the blessings that I get every 6 months to 3 months whenever I see John. That is what is helping me. That is the second thing. Third thing, for me, being a blesser, I this happened to. I take care of wounds. Being a nurse and in the ICU, sometimes uh, the IV site becomes septic and it becomes a severe wound. It gets infected, and once it was so bad that they had to amputate the hand, and whatever made me, I don't know what happened that day. I just went to her. I said, I just blessed her. I said, your hand will be fine. Everything will be fine. The wound will heal. And believe it or not, it happened. Within 3 days, she recovered. She got a new skin. That infection, of course, is combination of the doctors working, the nurses working, and we all doing. But it helped in healing and in protecting her from losing her arm. That was a very big.
So wonderful to hear all these experiences, truly. Um, I would like to share even my own experience. This is bringing up the energy in me too. So my daughter is in high school now, and it's really concerning to see how much the high schoolers are getting stressed, and the kind of school she is going to is completely stressful with peer pressure and all the pressures which is not required. And on top of it, like early, she's a sophomore now, 10th grader. So early this year, she hurt her knee, so she had to go through an ACL knee surgery. And on top of it, she had few panic attacks, in a row. That was all due to the fear, anxiety, and all that. So it was a rough time for us. And then when the summer came, I we brought her back to breath work, and then we had brought her back to meditation, which is like intuition for kids. And then she got blessings from um, Shri Ravi Shankar, the biggest blesser in the world, and something moved within her. And meanwhile, even my husband became a blesser. So in the night, even now, she worries. They worry so much they don't get sleep, and the anxiety kicks in. And he blesses her. The minute he blesses her, she becomes calm, relaxed, and sleeps like a baby. And I feel so grateful to have a blesser at home. And I always wonder, like, what happens if, like, every household had a blesser? Things will be so calm, and the kind of society will be getting into it. And it is, and for me personally, um, blessing is something I feel whenever I am stuck somewhere, both inner and outer level, blessing really moves me. And my fear of insecurity, and um, I also have some anxiety issues. All this anxiety, though they don't completely go away, but some kind of strength comes in, which is like, come what may, you'll be fine. You will be fine. Just go. There's nothing to lose. So anytime when I get a blessing, it just feels so nice for quite few weeks. So yeah. Raj, you have anything to add?
Yeah, recently I completed my blessings course with the senior teacher Rajshri Patel in Boone during Guru Purnima. So there was, we have a WhatsApp group, and then one of the group, like our colleague whoever did like the course with her, like she's from LA, like she posted California. She's one of our teacher actually, like a school teacher. She said like one of the girl, like high school, one of the student is missing. So cops, everybody, like they're trying to find out, like for 10 days, they are not able to find out the trace. She asked for blessing. Can you give some blessing to find that girl actually? So everybody gave a blessing, and after a couple of days, he posted saying that they found the girl actually. Like, I said, like it was something like it's moving. Like I felt like some goosebump actually. Like everybody is trying to find out, and suddenly something, where the news comes and the girl comes home. So it's all like yeah, it's all like the miraculous experience. Also, it sometimes here like as part of this blessing.
Would you like to share something, do, Sriram?
There are so many stories. I became a blesser in 2011, 2011, 2012 sometime, and since then it's been one story after another only. Uh, there was a time when there was this actually very recently one of our local volunteers in Atlanta, his cousin in India was taken to the hospital, and she was in a very very dire situation. The doctors were talking about putting her into an induced coma, and he requested for some blessings, and I just asked for the name, closed my eyes, sent a blessing, and it turned out that very evening in India, the person came back home with not even a pinprick for an injection. Um, and then she was perfectly all right, and she came back home, and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with her. These now. I mean, when I say it out like this, it seems to be a big deal, but at that time, it felt like a very normal thing to happen. Um, so things like these are very common in the last 14, 15 years that I've been blessed to be a blesser. It has I've seen many such experiences.
I have one question to ask. So when you bless others, what kind of, like, do you feel any kind of energy or what is the how do you feel when you bless somebody?
Um, I mean,
Can I, is it okay? Okay. First thing, blessing is not a new concept. It has been existing even in our ancient tradition. That is the reason, even I grew up in a very traditional family. So when we actually meet somebody elderly, we always go and touch their feet and get there. It's called either blessings or ashirvadams. So they immediately bless us, saying that Dirghas, or Dirghasmangliba. So or Vijayba, especially when you get ready to go for a war, if you actually see the old Hindi movies and all, or the Mughal wars, the princess actually, when the king is ready to get ready to go out for a war or something, she actually does Bindi and Aarti and blesses him, saying the Vijay, let victory be with you. So blessings has never been, it's been there. It's not a new concept. It's been there, and it's a traditional thing. Only thing now it has become modern. Mm, Second thing is, just like when we use, for example, our new car, all Sriram has to do is he has the keys in his pocket. Okay. All that he has to do is has to touch me, and I touch the car, and then the car immediately opens. So that is because of the bioenergy. So this bioenergy, this actually helps with blessings also. When you actually take a moment and actually say blessings, that energy gets transformed and it goes to that person, and it helps in changing things for them. And personally, I have felt a little bit of energy every time I bless. Okay, I think and I bless, and I think of that person. A little bit of energy comes, and that is bound to happen. Just like what we see with the bioenergy of the car opening, the cell phone opening with our eyes and fingers and all. This is just bound to happen. The blessings definitely over, and I do feel a little bit of energy too.
So
How,
beautifully put.
so how did you both first come into art of living?
with this, I mean, I came out of living about 24 years ago, 25 years ago. Somebody told me about it, and it felt interesting, so I just came, did the Sudarshan Kriya program, and there I was. There was uh, not much of a what you call adventure or exciting thing that happened that I stumbled onto this path. It took me a little while to get into the practice, took me a little while to be regular with the practice. It took me a little while to actually get the experience of what I was missing out when I was not practicing. But then after that, when the light bulb came on in my head, since then it has been it has been just a fabulous journey. So that's how I got into the art of living for me.
For me, it's a big guru story. Uh, is it okay if I to share?
You ask them.
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. So when Guruji actually started, he started very small. And at that time, my Atai, that is my dad's sister, even now they live in Bangalore, and they were Sai devotees. And every Thursday, we used to have Sai Bhajan in our house in Bangalore. So during one of those, at that time, Guruji had not started yet. He was just going to people's houses at no crowd, nothing at all. So he actually came to my Attai's house. I was actually in my eighth, seventh class. I don't even remember. So every summer we used to go to Bangalore just to hang out with cousins and all and play and do everything. So that Thursday, my cousin, she called me and she said, Pandit Ravi Shankar has come. He's going to be doing the satsang today. It's being that it's Thursday. Why don't you come and sit? So I go into the room. I look at him, and he looks at me, and it's he looks at me. I look at him for a second. Our eyes meet, and then I just walk out. I tell my cousin, "Hey, I don't think so. This person is a real person. Looks like a big fraud to me. I'm not going to attend the satsang and all. You guys take care of it." And so I left and I went out and started playing. I did my stuff. And as usual, they had the satsang, they finished and everything. But later on, my entire family had done the course. My aunt, my uncle, my brother, sister, and all. I never bothered to do the course. After coming to this country, to USA, in 2000, I did something inside me, like, I was like, what is this? Everybody's done it. I'm feeling so lonely, and maybe it's time for me to get in the path. And after that, in 2000, I chased one teacher in Lincoln, Nebraska. Can you
Mhm.
believe it? Not in India, Lincoln, Nebraska,
Nebraska.
middle of nowhere. I actually chased this teacher and I asked her to teach me. It was me and one other girl. Her name is Ashwini. Both of us were students, and that's when, because it was a student, we got the course at a very nominal fees. We got to do it, and after that, till today, I just been regretting for the fact that I ignored him when he actually came home. And even now, when I tell Guruji about it, he just laughs. So maybe that was not my time, and 2000 was my time to actually come and do the workshop and get experience of it. It happened.
Yeah, it was a setting, I think. Setting stage was being set.
And that's
Wonderful.
so, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. And actually, I know we all have been in practicing Sudarshan Kriya. We've been attending silence course programs. We are doing Samadhi meditation. So I would like to ask you both, did you notice any change by incorporating all this in your daily routine? Do you find any change in your professional and in your daily life?
Yes, for sure. I mean, Sudarshan Kriya is, I mean, there's evidence for it now as well that Sudarshan Kriya helps in reducing stress in the system and helps improve overall quality of life. So we have that as now science has proven it. Both Sahat Samadhi meditation and Sudarshan Kriya have documented benefits in life. Personally, for me, it was. I mean, there are many benefits. I mean, uh, um, professional life. You know how it goes. There's always some stress or the other, some deliverable or the other that needs to be given. Some client or the other who is very unreasonable, and dealing with people and dealing with situations all around. Sudarshan Kriya and Sahat Samadhi have given the strength to deal with all that uh, in a very centered way, if you may, if I can say it that way. Things can happen all around me, but I don't have to lose my center. And when I don't lose my center, that is when people come looking to me for solutions. At that time, I am now able to be a part of the solution rather than rather than running after a problem. Very, very personal experience would be that when I was younger, I used to have a stutter. I mean, when I would
Mm.
speak, I would repeat the same word 3, 4 times before I would complete a sentence. But after doing the Sudarshan Kriya program and practicing it for a few weeks, it automatically just went away, and I didn't even notice. Somebody else noticed it and mentioned that, hey, you don't have your stutter anymore. Yeah, it doesn't, right? So that was a very, very straightforward personal experience for me. There have been many other situations where if I did not have this knowledge, I might have acted differently and been in trouble. The only regret I have is that I did not do it earlier in life. Then whatever I went through my adolescent phase, whatever I went through my early adult years, those would have been avoided. So, but other than, I mean, yeah, that's the whole key. So, and practicing it for the last 25 years, I can say with conviction that Sudarshan Kriya is probably the only uh, antidote to stress in the world today. Uh, and as you talked about it in the introduction as well, I've been teaching this program for the last 15, 16 years now. And the benefits that I have seen in people and around people who have taken the program and the way they have benefited from this program, it's not just heartwarming, it is very, very, very satisfying in a way. So that is what that when you do Sudarshan Kriya, when people practice Sudarshan Kriya, their life changes. And I can say that not only with conviction but with experience.
Can
Wonderful.
you share a memorable story, perhaps when you were in the presence of founder Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, how you felt at that moment?
Over the years, we have been fortunate to spend some time with Gurudev in his presence physically as well. And every time we have the opportunity to meet him, we don't miss it. Every time we have the opportunity to be in his presence, we don't miss it. That itself must say something, right? Um, Although it's very difficult to be around him, he travels all around the world as if he has, wheels on his feet, not feet. Uh, or he has wings for hands, and he's traveling constantly, giving solace and joy and happiness to people all around the world. But whenever he is around, whenever it's possible to be around him, then at that time we do make it a point to be with him. Personal experience, what I can share is the first time I met him was in 2003, and he had come for a advanced science program in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Um, and I had not met him before, I had not seen him before, and and I did not know what to expect. But I was there. I mean, it was a sense of excitement that I was going to see someone special, to meet someone special. And the moment he walked on the stage, which was after a couple of days where he was expected to show up and he did not, and there's a story behind it, but that's probably for another time. And when I saw him on the stage, and he just walked on the stage, and I had just opened my eyes from a meditation, and I just looked up at him, and it felt as if lifetimes of stuff, I don't have any other word to say, lifetimes of stuff that I had been carrying just melted away in seconds, not even in seconds, in fraction of seconds. And at that time, I felt such a wave of gratitude, a wave of relief, and wave of happiness that I had not experienced before that. And I was sitting in the audience, and I was maybe 30, 40 rows behind, and all I could do was sit there and cry. Uh, and I had no reason, I had no idea why tears were flowing through my, why tears were flowing from my eyes. But it was just that whole sense of that, but I'm it's inexpressible in a way, and I'm trying to put words into it. But that was my first experience of being in his presence. And since then, over the years, over the last 22, 23 years, it's been one joyful ride after another.
How about you, Rama?
Well, for the first question, personal experience, I have plenty to share. Uh, but then, one very important thing that has helped, this was during COVID time. So, being a nurse, I used to be in the hospital taking care of patients, working non-stop. Sometimes there have been weeks that I used to never come back home. We had bunk beds because I don't have children. They actually picked nurses and doctors who didn't have family commitments to actually stay over there. And we ended up staying over there. We ended up having bunk beds and all. So that was there. But the best thing is, when the COVID was going on and we had patients, being an ICU nurse, I used to be taking care of those patients. I still found time in doing my practice, both Sudarshan Kriya and Sahaj Samadhi meditation. And that helped me carry on. Many of my nurses and nurse colleagues and doctors, they actually ended up getting the infection, and because their immune level was low, they ended up getting the infection and they transitioned. But because of my practice of doing Sudarshan Kriya and Sahaj Samadhi meditation, continuously, even at that time, I was able to carry on and be protected. Luckily, God's grace, I didn't get it when I was working over there and taking care of the patients. Not even one single day did I take off to be on my own, fall sick, and take care. Second thing is, at that time, many of the nurses and doctors noticed that I was like, 20 minutes and half an hour. Definitely,
Mhm.
I would actually, in the morning and in the evening also, I would just go and sit we have a chapel also. So I would just go and sit in the chapel and sit and do my practice. And many of the nurses and doctors, they've come and asked me, what is it that you're doing? How is it helping you? You seem to be always energetic and smiling, and we are just puzzled about it. We just want to know what is the secret. So then I actually spoke to them about Sudarshan Kriya and made them do the meditation. We have, like in our VTP, you're taught how to do the um, Panchakosha meditation, which we can share. So I ended up doing that meditation once a week for nurses and doctors over there. And it so happened that on the days when they did that, it helped them. They slowly started feeling better, and they were actually, one thing that they noticed, they came and told me, was they're feeling more energetic. And I was like very happy. I was like, okay, good. Some good is happening. That is a recent experience. How I came to this path was because I was constantly having asthma attacks, and I was that is what actually drove me to, instead of being an allopathic nurse, I sincerely believe in our traditional medicine and traditional way of doing things. So that's how I ended up doing the course. And right now, I can proudly say I'm off of all the medicines that are required for those asthma attacks completely. And with my work, even that is one of the reasons I actually got a Best Nurses Award also. I have it, I keep showing it to Sriram. So that is always there. That it has helped me to be more calm and cool and collected and understand things from other person's perspective. Because these practices, yes, things happen, life happens, your buttons will get pushed. But the more we do it, the more the calmness increases in us, and it starts reflecting on others too.
Very well said.
Sriramji, it must have been very difficult to manage as a family, right? So did you feel you're supported, and how did you keep your positivity?
I mean, as Gurudev says, right, we are positive in the core of our being. We are positivity only. We are only joy. We are only happiness. What gets covered? Why we feel all the negativity is because it gets covered by stresses. And regular practice of Sudarshan Kriya, regular practice of Sahat Samadhi meditation, keeping up with the practices, they just take the stresses away. Right? And when stresses are away, all you're left with is positivity, all you're left with is, enthusiasm and energy. So that's the simplest way I can explain it. I mean, if I am stressed, then I cannot bless anybody, right? I can only give what I have. If I feel blessed, then I can give blessings. If I feel stressed, and I can only give stress to others, isn't it? So for me, it's just that, I feel so blessed to have been on this path. I feel so blessed to be in the presence of Gurudev. I feel so blessed to be, you know, that Gurudev has given such a beautiful, wonderful, strong woman as my life partner. Uh, uh, with all of these in life, where is any opportunity to even complain? Yeah.
And Ramaji, I would like to tell you that, I know your story of healing, and it has been really inspiring to me. And I know we have spoken about that, a while ago. It would mean a lot, to me, that, if you could elaborate this a little bit more, like how do you feel? You had your downs, and how did the breath work, the meditation, the blessing, all this helped you during that time? Can you please take us through your journey, so that it would help us also when we come into the lows of our own life?
Sure. So 2011, I had a very bad car accident, to the extent that it was the car got totaled. I had dislocation of my jaw, and it was pretty bad. We had just finished the mantra sadhana course that was happening at the center, and Sriram was traveling, and the car accident happened. And I was in so much pain. My face was in pain, my back was in pain. I was not able to swallow because of the dislocation of the TMJ joint. And for a long time, I didn't realize it was the dislocation because when they took me in, they immediately did the MRI. They came back and they told me that I have nodules on my throat, and there is a big air bubble, air congestion around my jaw. That's about it. They didn't tell me anything else. So, but then I continued with my treatment. At that time, I was not able to do any of my practices. In fact, for 5 days, I didn't even do any of my practices because I had difficulty even sitting up in my bed. It was so bad. And we have a chiropractor. His name, he's passed, Dr. Sweat, and he actually kind of said, you've been practicing Sudarshan Kriya for so long. Why don't you? It is a breath work and it increases oxygen level in your body, and that will actually help you in your healing also. Why don't you just go back and do that? So, hearing that from a doctor, believe it, from a doctor, and then of course my husband also, Sriram was like, why don't you just come and sit in one of the courses that I'm going to teach? You don't even have to, like, just come only for the kriya. You don't have to do the full course. And so I ended up just coming only for, in fact, at that time we had long kriya happening in our basement. And so I was able to come down, just attend the long kriya and go back. And that's when I resumed my practices again. But those 6 months, because of my dislocation in the jaw, my food had to be crushed and I had to take it that way. But this practice of Sudarshan Kriya, and of course, Michael Fishman, he is my Sahaj teacher. Immediately, Shida, he called him and told him. And he said, like, this happened to her, please take care of it. He said, don't even worry, ask her to do Sahaj meditation 3 times a day, and I'm sending blessings. He said that. And then I started doing my Kriya. Even though I was sitting in the bed, I was doing my Kriya and I did Sahaj meditation 3 times. It was a slow and steady improvement. I won't say miracle happened in a single day, but because I practiced every day. When just like when you actually go to a doctor and take a medicine, the doctor gives you antibiotics for 3 days or 5 days. The reason that they do is that for that medicine to go to that particular level in the body, and then it starts having that effect in the body. So this stuck me at that time. I was like, okay, no, I'm going through this. I have the skills to overcome this. So let me do it. And that is when I started doing. In fact, that year I must have attended. So thanks to Sriram, he would just put me in the car, drive me and take me for a silence course wherever silence course was happening, because those meditations in the silence course help in removing the toxins and stress and help. Consciousness, even Guruji says this, consciousness has the ability to heal, and the oxygen level increases with our daily practices of Sudarshan Kriya and Sahaj, the meditation. And combination of these two, along with the science course and the blessings of Michael Fishman, of my husband, and so many other teachers. Even Mona, who was over here, she was the first person who was like, in any time, every time, I would have a problem. I would just call her and tell her, and she would send blessings immediately. And those 6 months helped. These four things of doing Sudarshan Kriya, Sahaj meditation, silence course, and blessings from all the teachers who have done blessings course and everybody who has done blessings actually helped me go through those 6 months completely recovered. I I was back on my feet, running and doing everything. And now 2023, and this thing has hit me. Whatever the genetic condition that my mother had, that has hit me. But one thing that I would say, every time the blessings of John, Michael Fishman, my husband, because anytime if I fall in the house, he'll immediately give me blessings. He'll say, okay, blessings, you'll be fine. And the pain will go, and I'll continue. My confidence will come back, and I will start doing things in the house. The doctors themselves are like, they wonder. In fact, recently I did the Siam 2 course in Boon Ashram. One physical therapist, she came to me and she asked me, how are you going to do the Padma Sadhana? For your medical condition, it is an impossible task. The moment she said that, I went to John. I said, John, bless me. Please bless me that I'm able to do this workshop. This is very important for me personally because it it helps, I know, but people are scaring me a lot with this. Then I got his blessing. He said, yes, I bless you, you'll be able to sit through the whole course and do the workshop. And I don't know, because of his blessings or what, he actually, in that workshop, we have to do 6 rounds of Padma Sadhana. And that was Siam 1. Siam 2, we actually had 4 rounds. So every time I did Padma Sadhana, it went out smooth. With my medical condition, I just kept the walker aside. I was able to sit, do the whole process, and do. Many people, they came and they asked me, you are a miracle because of all the blessings. You you are still able to do Padmasana even with your medical condition. That is amazing. It has just happened. It is still happening only because of the blessings that I've gotten from my husband, from all the teachers, Michael Fishman, John Osborne, and of course Guruji, ultimate. I mean, even this time when we were in Boom, he saw me, he said, okay, yes, he always blesses. From a distance, he'll bless, and even nearby, he'll bless. Nowadays, I don't even ask him and tell him. Sriram will tell him, oh, she's having difficulty in swallowing and all. He'll just look at me and he'll say, are you having difficulty in swallowing? I'll then not say, yes, nod my head. And that's it. He'll bless, and next moment, you won't believe it. I was having difficulty in swallowing medications. Sriram would actually be crushing it and giving it. But the blessings, I don't have words, you know.
So beautiful.
So truly grateful.
Awesome. So,
Every time we always think, okay, life is a blessing. It is running because of the blessings and grace of all the teachers and Guruji. He works through them. That's it.
very, very beautifully shared and so inspiring uh, to really hear it. And we have also seen it through, but it's really inspiring for people like us, Ramaji. Thank you for sharing. And I also would like to say that this the blessed channel, there is another aspect of this channel as well, which is music, particularly bhajan music. And we just wanted to ask how, as long-time teachers in this area, you're able to build a strong group, or as we say, satsang group.
What's the question again?
Like another aspect of this blessed channel is music, and particularly bhajan music. And we would like to know that as long-time teachers, how are you able to build these satsang groups?
How are we able to build a satsang group? I mean, in my opinion, it happens on its own. People are attracted to music. Music in any kind of art form is a form of beauty, and people are attracted to beauty anyways. And bhajans and kirtans and they have an aura, they have a beauty of their own that people get attracted to. So, and in the local Atlanta area, at least, we are blessed with a lot of people who can sing very well, including Rama. She used to sing even better before her car accident she talked about. But even now, she does what whatever she can. That itself brings people together by itself, and if you look at it, people are looking for a sense of community. People are looking for a sense of belongingness. People are looking for a place to belong, for a community to belong, for a group of people to belong to. And satsang is what offers that. And what is satsang? Right? Gurudev defines satsang as a company of truth. And when everybody is singing in that one voice and everybody is singing together, all that is left is that one energy that is rising together. And everybody is part of that satsang, everybody is part of that energy. And once they feel that energy, once they get a taste of it, they can't find it anywhere else. Satsang has its own energy, and that energy can only be found in a satsang. And that is what keeps bringing people back, keeps bringing people together. And music has that ability anyway, right? To bring people together. I mean, we accept music from all parts of the world. I don't know if off late the Ed Sheeran music that he collaborated with singers from India and other parts of the world, Africa and other parts of the world, that Sapphire that's gone viral. Why is that? I mean, because it's all people coming together. They all may speak different languages, but the sense of music is just one, isn't it? Music is language less in a way. And that is what keeps bringing people together. And once they have that community, once they have that camaraderie, then it just keeps growing. There's nothing to build, it just happens on its own. Yeah, and Gurudev has said satsang is one of the three pillars of building a community, right? One is our own sadhana, when the second is seva, selfless service, and the third is satsang. When people come together in satsang, they raise the energy not only in themselves but our place around them, and then the place around them benefits from it, and that brings more people to it. That action automatically happens. There is no effort in it. Satsang is if somebody has to put an effort in satsang, then it is not satsang anymore. So if you really want to experience effortlessness in action, satsang is the place to be.
The, Tell us, like, what keeps you going in your journey?
The guru. It's very simple, very straightforward. I mean, the guru is the one that keeps going. When I look back and say, that this has been a journey, it almost always feels like I started a journey only yesterday. So it's every day it's a new experience. Every day it's a new unraveling. So it never feels old. It never feels, oh, I've done this. It's over and gone. No, every day, every time I teach a course, I mean, for the last 15, 16 years that I've been a teacher, I've taught maybe 500 people so far. And every time the course is new, every time the knowledge is coming as if it's a new knowledge. Every time I see the sparkle in the eyes of the people who get this gift of Sudarshan Kriya after they have done a Sudarshan Kriya, that is more than satisfying. That is more than gratifying. It's, what do you call it? It's like a high. It's the closest I can get to it, right? Without any additives or addictions or anything. It's just a high that you're able to see the fruit of your action right away. So that is that one of the things that keeps me going, if I have to put a definition to it. Uh, yeah. So yeah, that is that's what I can say for that.
How about Ramaji?
Even 5 minutes ago, I was just thankful to Guruji for making us being born at this time and being with him. You know, being a nurse, I see so many things. Especially when I was working in the ICU, we would have patients like, they would come to the ER and then they would get hospitalized. And we are just very fortunate. At least I feel that instead of going to the bar and spending my time out there or taking a phone and, instead of gossiping about people, here we are in a journey with Guruji. He's actually an inspiration for all of us. We are all nothing. He actually, even at this age of 70, he actually runs around, goes to every city, whether it be in India or Europe or USA. He's going to be actually doing a big tour in Canada. So he keeps going, visiting people, and he says, there are so many places and people who actually need this. And this very thought that we are just lucky to be born when he is here and help in carrying out whatever he's been asking us to do. I would say I'm just blessed in doing that. And this journey is not like sometimes Sriram says, this journey is not just this life. It has been happening. It'll continue to happen too. And there are so many people across the world in all walks of life who need it. Every second, I'm just thankful for that.
Beautiful. Would you like to close with any other thoughts to share?
Sriram, you have something to say.
Thank you.
I would only say this, that no matter what, however difficult it is, if there is a workshop that is being announced, to actually do it. And to make it a point, if possible, to actually, even if you get it only for a second with Sri, go and meet him. a lot of our lifetimes of karma gets wiped away with this one single glance. And blessings is something that he actually brought it back. It was there, and he just brought it back and enlivened it and ensured that it is being shared with everyone, because people realize, because it actually changes the people's outlook of things from thinking negative to thinking positive. Okay, I have hope. Somebody's blessed me. I have hope. This will happen. Done. So I'm just thankful for that. And thank you so much, both of you, for organizing this and giving us a chance to talk.
It's been really a great pleasure talking to you, both of you, seriously, and really grateful to hear your inspiring story. And I'm glad that you are in long-standing teachers for our community. We are really blessed to have such teachers to guide us and to show us and to make us, grow in our spiritual path as well as at the personal and at the professional level. Thank you so much.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.